Hello people, how are you? I'm here today in a new video to tell you a new story, and as usual I hope to get something out of it. But let me start by the name of Allah, our Lord, the most gracious, the most merciful, and I bear witness that Muhammad is messenger and his prophet. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Oh Allah, expand my chest and make all my matters easy, and take away all my tongue so that they can understand what I say. Today we're talking about the story of the people of the cave, and in fact Allah included the story in an entire surah, which is Surah Al-Kahf. So it means that this story is so important, and it's not just a story to be told as a kind of amusement. No, we will learn some lessons from this story. At the end of our video, we will tell you all the lessons to be learned from this story. So please, let's start. The story is about a group of people, in fact a group of young people who lived in an era under the rule of a tyrant, and in fact the whole community was corrupted. And the group of people here, of young people, started to ask questions about Allah, who deserves to be worshipped, and they came up to a conclusion, which is Allah is the only one to be worshipped. And they witnessed before all people that Allah is the only God, and they worship Allah. So now they are in a great trouble, so they decided to seek refuge from Allah and ask Allah for protection and help. And they decided to leave their country or their village and go to a cave. When they reached the cave, Allah made them fall in a deep sleep for 300 years. After the 300 years, Allah made them wake up, and they were in another age, another ruler, other people, and now all people started to know about their story, and this was the end of their story. So now we get to the point, and we want to know the lessons to be learned from this story. In fact, there are many lessons to be learned from this story, and we shall start with the first one. The first lesson to be learned from this story is to start to ask questions. In our story here, the young people, the people of the cave, started to ask questions about Allah in order to know who is their Lord, who is to be worshipped. And Allah wanted to teach all young people, or all people who will come, that you have to ask about your deen. You have to ask people who know. The second lesson to be learned here from this story is a good company. Yes, a good company, and as you know, the company will make you or break you. And in this story, as I told you, they were a group of young people. And I want you to think with me now about our young people nowadays. Our young people nowadays, they only think about themselves. They don't think about deen or religion. They think about how to have fun, how to enjoy themselves. But if you are a group of young people who ask about your deen, about your religion, and ask about the thing that benefits you, it will be good for you. So it was a lesson for all people, all young people who will come in other ages, that you have to have a good company. Another lesson to be learned from this story is that Allah wanted to teach us to stop to ask irrelevant questions. Because here in this story, people who came before Islam, before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they started to ask about irrelevant questions like what color was the dog, or how many people were there, the people of the cave, how many people. They said 3 or 4 and 5, and those questions are irrelevant questions, and so they didn't get to the point, they didn't get the value from the story, the advice, the counsel, and they cared about trivial things. So Allah wanted to teach us to stop to debate about trivial things, about a thing that will not make any benefit to you, and to focus on the value and the essence. Now this is the end of my video with you. I hope you got the meaning, and you got what I want to tell you here. And I ask Allah to forgive us what we conceal and reveal, and please don't forget me in your da'wat. May Allah accept them all.